Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here and welcome back to Dreadnought. And today we're going to be taking a look at some of the trader ships. Now, I remember in the first video that I did of Dreadnought that I mentioned the trader ships, but I didn't really show them off as much. So, what they are basically rental ships that you can get from the trader or the market person in Dreadnought, and they're basically fixed loadout ships that you're able to use and start off with. Now, they're no slouch, they are actually mid-level ships. These are ships that you normally would have to level to about rank 15 in order to get. So things like the Athos, and if we go back, let's have a look at the other trader ships. You've got the Dreadnought, the Svarog artillery cruiser, the Valkor corvette. These are all ships that are sort of mid-range where you need rank 15 or so to be able to even access. So having a look at the Athos at the moment, and you can see that it's got a completely fixed loadout. And aside from that, you also lose a percentage of your winnings for using that ship as a sort of rental fee. So that's something to bear in mind, but the actual ships themselves aren't bad. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a look at this Athos destroyer and the other trader ships as well, if we've got a chance to, depending on how the battle goes, and just seeing how good they really are. Now, just a quick look at the loadout. This is if I remember correctly, this is a medium destroyer. So it trades a little bit of the armor for a bit more speed. So it's definitely faster than the Agora that we've been using, but it isn't as tough to destroy as the Gora is, so it's a little bit more balanced in that way. And it does come with Tempest missiles and torpedoes as the Gora standard loadout does. However, it also has an energy generator which allows it to regenerate its reactor energy very, very quickly. So if we're under fire and we need to boost our shields back up again, we have this option as well. So gives it sort of a second chance in combat. And the flak turrets, of course, are also very good at close range, so very good for dealing with corvettes and the like. So we've also got the medium auto guns as well, so that's something that we can have a look at as well. So let's jump straight into a battle and see what's what. Alright, here we go. We've got the Athos at the ready, and it looks like we only have 4 people on our team at the moment. Just having a look at the teams, it looks like somebody just hasn't chosen a ship or hasn't loaded in yet. But we do have another Athos over there. That's a non-trader version. And it looks like, yes, we're going to have a artillery cruiser and a corvette as well. In fact, we're going to have 2 corvettes. That's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that one does eventually switch over to... Oh, they've switched to something else. That looks like a tactical cruiser. That's the Otis tactical cruiser, if I remember correctly. And here we go. I think somebody else has switched, actually, so we now have 2 tactical cruisers. So, yeah. We're going to have to keep sort of pushing them. So, okay, so somebody in chat is calling out that they don't have a healer on the other team, so we are going to keep pushing. And that looks to be the case. So, if they don't switch up their tactics, we might have an opportunity to really make a move there. Alright, that one's gone behind the rocks there. Gonna have a look at what's around this corner. There is a Dreadnought over there. That looks like a Zamay. We're going to need our shields up. Alright, there's just dodged that broadside there, coming back into the team. Going to push in our auxiliary power now. Keep the fire up on this guy. And there's one of their ships is down. It looks like one of our teammates has gone for a ram there. And that just leaves this Zamay Dreadnought over here. And the other Athos is over there. So it's just going to keep up the fire on them. Just keeping up the main batteries on them. And that looks to be the I'm going to switch over to the flak turrets for this one. It might just be within range. There we go. So that corvette is down as well. We're going to have a little bit of issues with missiles being fired at us. That looks like a nuke, so getting ready for the shields. Yep, that's a nuclear missile that's just gone off there. So have our shields back up again.
We have weapon lock.
And, oh, it just took them down after the missile volley came in. That is not good. Definitely playing a lot more aggressively than we normally do. It looks like our energy's out at the moment.
Hostile destroyed.
And, definitely not going to be switching. Just going to check up the enemy team there. They're still running 3 dreadnoughts and a corvette.
Fire over here. All ships, enemy contact. At this
There is... oh, there is one right there, actually. So these corvettes are definitely playing very aggressively.
Got him, Captain.
And there he is right above us.
all vessels. We've got an enemy contact. All silos reloading, Captain. Missile silos reloading.
And he's managed to just blink away. Hopefully we can still get some shots on him.
Enemy missiles incoming, Captain.
Normally I would fire the Tempest at him, but I don't think they're going to reach him in time. They are very, very slow flying after all. Much better suited to long-range work than anything else. And that's a nuke right there. And we're a little bit slow on the shields there, so they have popped up behind us. So now I'm going to push up the power to get out of the line of sight. That looks like another nuke, but it's a little bit far away. It looks like those missiles haven't got a lock on anybody. But that looks like our attack cruiser is going to take a lot of hits here.
Enemy contact at this location. Captain, we've got a lock.
We still have issues with this
Needed over here.
corvette that's wanting to
Be assist.
get a little bit of fire on us. Alright, so we're now pushing back the offensive back towards those dreadnoughts again. So what I saw before, there was a Zmei, that looks like the Zmei over there, and there was an Invictus.
Launching missile. One
But I'm not sure what the other one was.
Enemy missiles incoming, Captain. Picking up enemy contact. Over there. Missiles reloading, Captain.
That artillery cruiser just hit us, so we're going to push the speed up a little bit more. Trying to get away. And then drop down here. Hopefully we're a little bit out of the way there. Taking a lot of missile fire here, though. Alright, so there's... oh no, there's another volley coming in. Attack cruiser's definitely making that look easy. Alright, I'm going to push the power back up again.
We're locked on, Captain.
Don't want to advance too far out because there's a lot of them in one group there.
Reloading missile silos.
Alright, he's got his shields up. See if we can put some fire on that. No, it's a little bit difficult. That missile, nuclear missile is right above us now. It's coming down. Definitely taking a lot of hits there, but the attack cruiser is keeping us alive. Let's wait for those missiles to come in. It looks like they're coming for us. And out of energy there. But those repair pods and all of that, all those repair beams really just keeping us alive now. I'm just kind of waiting for the other Athos to catch up with us over on this side. He looks like he's on his way, and he's at a much higher angle.
Hi, Captain. Repairing an enemy ship.
So just wait for those missiles to come in a little bit closer before we turn the shields up again. It looks like there's an artillery cruiser with in siege mode from the looks of it. Somebody's warping away. Just having a look around for any warp circles. I don't see one yet. Alright, turning the energy off now.
Enemy vessel.
Right, so there's somebody who's just popped up over there behind that mountain. Going to get some fire on this artillery cruiser now. He is very far away though, but just getting some nice hits on him as he's trying to target our teammate there.
All silos launch missiles.
I'm going to launch the missiles and drop away again. And then we're going to come around here and support our teammate. So we got full power to thrusters now and just get around that corner. And there we go, that artillery cruiser is down. There's a Dreadnought on the right. There is also what looks like a tactical cruiser on the left. So we're in between them, so he's not going to be able to pull the support that he needs to be able to do. So we're going to put full power to weapons and get rid of this Invictus as quickly as possible.
We're completely dominating the enemy, Captain.
And let's put some fire onto this tactical cruiser now. He does look like he's going over to support that Dreadnought there. It looks like that Dreadnought did fire a nuke over at us as well. Now they are all in heavy ships, so definitely not what we like to see here at all. And that Athos has gone in against them. We've been hit by a nuke, so now seems about the right time to really get out of the way. Hoping these tactical cruisers notice me enough. There we go. We got the repair beams going as well. And try and join our teammate over there. He does have a plasma ram on the front of his ship, which is what is allowing him to be as aggressive as he is. But he is taking an absolute beating there now. So let's try and draw the fire away from him. And let's get those missiles away, and we'll reload the guns and go around the corner there.
We have to regroup.
Okay, looks like all of the enemy is concentrated just over the hill now, right there. Just over the mountains. Still looking like one TAC cruiser, and it looks like 3 Dreadnoughts around there as well. Of course, our teammate there, Crypt, taking massive amounts of damage and really absorbing a lot of it as well. Alright, they've just got missiles fired at us here. Let's try and draw the heat away from him as well. That looks like a nuclear missile that was fired at us. That looks like 2 of them. And we're going to fire the torpedoes over at that Athos destroyer there. A lot of nukes going off there now. Let's push the auxiliary power up and divert energy to weapons. Just try and put some fire onto that Invictus over there. Now, having used cover a lot more, because of course this ship is not as survivable as the Gora. Not a ship that can take that level of punishment, unfortunately. So now we're out of energy. Just trying to get the last little bit of damage in on that Invictus there. A lot of missiles coming in. It looks like somebody was warping in there. Let's fire the Tempest missiles over at that. It looks like that TAC cruiser has got it though. And just the amount of difference in that score there, 85-5, really doesn't look like there's any coming back from this. Now there's a Dreadnought behind us. Get some long range fire on him as well, get some damage in. Take the heat off our tactical cruisers, because that's definitely what he's trying to hit right now. One thing about the weapons on a lot of the Dreadnoughts is they don't have that long range accuracy to hit things as much as the destroyers do. And that has made us a Dreadnought just popping out there, firing off some torpedoes. But 2 can play at that game as torpedoes on my side are going off. And there we go. There's a Gora destroyer and another tactical cruiser there as well. I'm going to try and hit that TAC cruiser before he can really do a lot of damage. But it looks like we're going to lose one of our TAC cruisers there. One of the second kills, actually, in the match for the enemy team there. That does not look good. That is definitely a heavy nuclear torpedo that's coming towards us. Really don't want that at all. Let's get out of the way of that. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. This heavy nuke's definitely doing a lot more damage than the the nuclear missiles, in fact. Nuclear missiles being a lot faster than the nuclear torpedoes and a lot easier to see. But the nuclear torpedo really There's no slouch when it comes to damage, and there goes the game. So, 100 versus 10 at the end there. Really, a really big score difference, and really just going to show what the difference is between coordinated movement and what seems to be fairly uncoordinated. As they were coming in one by one and getting destroyed, our team managed to stick together. But of course, having multiple attack cruisers definitely helps. As we saw, even taking a near direct hit from that heavy nuclear torpedo towards the end there, we were still able to get the ship's health back up to reasonable levels in almost no time. So you can see how much of a difference tactical cruisers really make in this game. So never neglect to support ships. But yes, I'm afraid that's all we have time for, and that is the Athos destroyer, of course the trader version of which, and completely unmodifiable. But of course, if you play later on into the game, you do get access to purchasing this ship and then modifying itself. And yeah, I've seen some people really do very well with such a ship. It is a very aggressive ship and a lot more maneuverable than you'd expect, in fact. As I was using it, compared to the Gora, it really does turn very quickly. So, far more maneuverable, but at the cost of a significant amount of armor. So you really do have to play with your positioning a lot more than you'd expect to. But certainly no slouch for firepower there. And that's all we really have time for, so thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below what you think of Dreadnought. And let me know what ships you're looking forward to playing once this game is out, and what you're looking forward to seeing in Dreadnought once the game is finally released to the public. But don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.